if your vibration is low, you are living a life that is not in your highest good. You will be stuck in the matrix and you will be compelled to use the matrix, and there's no way to escape. Terrible fate. I know. Now, before I show you the door out of the matrix, we need to understand some basics. First of all, your vibration keeps you stuck. So what does your vibration mean? Your vibration is your energy or emotional state that you are always experiencing, which is shaped into its current high or low state, depending on how many negative beliefs it is that you hold within yourself. That is what suppresses your vibration and keeps it low. Beliefs are shaping your state of consciousness, or in other words, your vibration, which in turn decides how good your life currently is and how good it can be as it is right now. So beliefs are created by your past experiences and what you believe that those meant. It could be, for example, here in Sweden, where I'm from, we have a thing called jantelagen, which is a famous saying that means that you shouldn't think that you are something special. This could make you believe that, oh, I don't want to stand out because that would make people not accept me, because you shouldn't think that you're something special. Now, this would be an example of a belief that is created by society, that is lowering your vibration by making you believe that you're too much as a person. Perhaps you have parents that don't listen to you or never try to understand you, and it makes you feel abandoned, which makes you lower your vibration because you suppress your higher and real personality, as you believe that there is something wrong about that version of you, because you felt abandoned being that version in your past. So the thing is that when you suppress a real part of who you are, how do you know? Because you adopt another negative part instead. In this case, you could become shy and insecure. Those are trauma responses and not really who you are. You could also become a workaholic or a people pleaser, for example. So the thing about having a high vibration is that you are vulnerable as a person, because a high vibration is to be your raw and authentic self, which means that you will be triggering to other people that haven't accepted those parts of themselves that you successfully have. So it could be a mother that was never given attention as a kid and therefore yells at her kid when her kid wants attention, because it's triggering for her to see someone ask for the same thing that she was asking for but was rejected for. And it just reminds her and triggers her vibration, and she believes that she is not accepted and loved herself, so she distracts from that pain by projecting that pain on the kid and demonstrate the same behavior that she was shown, that created her own trauma and negative belief and low vibration. When someone gets angry at you, when they get jealous, when they scream or ignore you, it is because you remind them of something in their past. It is not because of what you are actually doing. And that's because this is how our bodies are designed. We reflect on the content in our brain, what we have learned, to form the reaction to the world around us. We don't see the world as it is, but as we are. At least this is the state that most people are operating from. And those that are not operating in this state won't react to you in a way that makes you have to suppress parts of who you really are. I hope that this can help you realize that, wow, I am free to be who I am, because truly there was never anything wrong with who I was, and I don't need to adjust myself based on what I believe others want from me. I only ever came to believe that because of the projections made by the environment around me. I'm going deep here and giving you examples because to understand the matrix and how to escape, you must first understand yourself and your attachment and connection to the matrix. So let's go back in time a bit. Your personality and who you are is mostly formed during the time of your birth up until 7 years old. Because during this time you were in a trance-like state, unable to use a logical mind as it had not yet developed to filter information around you. Instead, you were just saving down whatever was happening in your surrounding to form the foundation of who you are as a person. And after this you spent another 11 years or so in a family with a subconscious mind that is designed to value love, belonging and acceptance as its highest priority for its survival. So why is this important to understand? Because it means that we will automatically lean towards burying and disowning all the parts of our personality that we feel are triggering to our environment that we rely upon. And this is where pretty much everyone loses themselves. Why a person goes into a place in life where they're not satisfied because they've lost connection with the real version of themselves that so effortlessly can create the most amazing life. Because initially we are all a victim to our surrounding when it comes to how we shape who we are. So two things can happen. Is the environment making us feel like it's safe to be our authentic and real self? Or does it over and over again traumatize us in ways we didn't recognize? There is one way to know if it did or not, because trauma leads to attachment to the matrix. If you have trauma inside of you, it leads to insecurity, stress, no confidence, overthinking, not knowing your purpose, a poor understanding of yourself and who you are. It leads to addictions, bad habits, no money, workaholic, or even having a lot of money but being a depressed person. It's not about what you are doing, if you are in a matrix or not, it's based upon why you do it. Do you have a lot of money to distract yourself from the pain of inadequacy and other things that is going on beneath the surface? Or do you have a money because you love yourself so deeply and that you're a conscious person? Just like money is not negative or positive in nature, nothing is. Your internal state and why you do something is what is going to determine and give meaning to whatever it is that you're doing, and whether or not you have a need and attachment to the matrix. How attached you are to the matrix, how attached you are to the negative things that you do, depends on how many limiting beliefs it is that you picked up and how much of yourself you suppressed along your journey of life so far. Why do we again and again choose the matrix and remain in our negative ways of being, and as a result create the same shitty reality that we are not satisfied with? It's like I said in the beginning, we are compelled to use it. We're compelled to use the matrix. But why? It works just like the mother that yelled at her kid. That's a part of her matrix at this point. She is an unconscious person, and she is yelling at her kid and making the kid feel abandoned. This is an unconscious action that is not for her highest good, nor for the kid's higher good. That's the indicator of being in a matrix. So why does she do it? Because the pain that she felt unconsciously under the surface, the abandonment she experienced herself in the past, and the painful emotions of that, was so strongly provoked and triggered by the attitude of the kid that she needed to distract from that internal pain by yelling at her kid. The pain of her low vibration is too much whether she is aware of it or not. And that is why she chose the matrix, to distract from her pain, from what she learned in her past, the belief that she created around those stories of the things that she experienced. Because the matrix is at its core just a distraction. Almost everyone on this planet is using the matrix, which means that almost everyone on this planet is in pain. And it doesn't matter if you think that you have a good upbringing or not. Trauma is not only caused by what it is that is happening, but by what you believe something means. You might think that you had a healthy family and that you had good parents and a safe upbringing, or maybe you didn't, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is just that what happened around you has very little to do with how you perceive that thing and told the stories about those things within yourself. It says nothing about how you are experiencing yourself within yourself right now. Most people are not aware that they are in the matrix because they excuse and protect the matrix they are in, and think about it in a way that makes them remain in the same trapped state in all of their lives. To reject the matrix, to not yell at the daughter in this case that I've been talking about, is to instead be conscious and present with the pain of what it is that you experience in your vibration instead. The shame, the fear, the guilt, the anger. that is stored within you and never addressed. The source of the fuel to your attachment to your matrix. To not be a perfectionist anymore is to be present with the pain that caused you to be like that. To blame others and look for their faults is a distraction to take you away from the pain deep within you. To not overthink is to become present with your vibration, your energy, and your core, which is in pain, deep under the surface, even though you might not be aware of it. Because you have lived your life programmed to be in a matrix, so that you never had to experience and feel the pain of your low vibration ever again. A life disconnected from the depth of who you are, to get by and feel like you are safe. If you wish to escape the matrix and live your life as your highest and real self, full of joy, energy and fulfillment, having the things that you want and just living the life that you dream of, you must do the scary thing you never did. Learn to be a conscious person and face what's under the surface and rewrite the programming that made you unconscious in the first place. If you want to learn how to do that, then you should check out my free 30-minute subconscious success course on my website. I'll leave a link to it in the comments. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in my next podcast. Bye.